these international DJs would come here, listen, take it back, and create these monster hits. And that music to me is, there's a taste to it. Like you could taste like the, you know, what is that shh in the air. You could taste the vodka on people's skin. You know, you lick a girl. You know, you ever been in a club and licked a girl's shoulder and it tastes like vodka?
It's been a while. Welcome to the latest episode of Pancom Podcast featuring me.
That's his favorite part of the whole thing.
I think that's fun.
We can wrap it up and get the fuck out of here.
No, thanks
Bye,
a lot,
guys.
Lucy.
Yeah, this was great. Thanks for coming out. It's
Thank
been
you for
amazing.
having me.
Nick actually does a proper introduction. Go ahead, Nick. Talking to your fuzzy ball.
I am Nick Jiménez. I am joined, as usual, by alleged chef, 8th grade basketball MVP,
Semi-finalist.
and proud owner of a Sushi Naz cap,
Yeah.
Michael Beltran.
This is a Michelin-starred cap.
That's right. I think you're still getting caps over me because you have more Instagram followers.
I think it's because they can find a cap to fit my head easier.
Also true.
I think that's all.
That's why I'm a big fan of the Velcro.
That's such
little-
like a dad move.
those
like
little
one that's,
plastic tabs always
Flex
break
fit
on me.
hats.
Yeah.
And no shame to anyone that has a Flex Fit hat. We'll still take all your ad money. Follow us on Patreon and OnlyFans.
We'll also accept triple XL caps as payment.
Right.
We are joined by, I think it's fair to call her a Miami radio icon.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I
You're
think
a
that's-
walking, living legend.
This is Lucy
Living, walking
López.
legend.
Lucy López of Power 96.5. If you are not from Miami, your previous exposure to Power 96 was probably Zach the Baker and Carluba
Right.
doing the "What's up, y'all? What's it gonna be?" You're online through with your homie LB.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
Badass.
yeah, Zach the Baker came hard with the merengue and Power 96 sound effects.
Yeah.
Hey-o!
This is going to be a good time.
And the cocktails haven't even started yet.
And the cocktails haven't even started yet.
And I want to, before I pass it off to you, Mike, and also ask you to explain this finger situation, I will note that Lucy is one of a very small group of people in the world, not as small as the Mug Club, but she's in the sticker club. She's got
Oh,
a
yeah?
Pancom podcast sticker
You have a
on her
sticker?
laptop.
I have one sticker. I have two stickers on my laptop. One is yours.
Wow.
And
How did we get here?
one is yours, and the other one is DJ Zog's that I had to make on my own because he doesn't have any fucking stickers.
I have so many. I'm going to give you all the stickers. I have so many stickers in my office. Nick doesn't even know I still have a lot of Pancom Podcast stickers.
I have so much to say about Pancom Podcast stickers.
Oh, please share.
A list.
Let's just start before we get into things that actually matter. Tell me what are your feelings about the sticker?
This is my feeling on the Pancom Podcast sticker. First of all, incredibly jealous. Why am I jealous?
Right.
Because I didn't come up with that podcast name.
Thank you. I got
Yeah.
so much shit for this name.
No, whoever
Thank
gave you shit,
Not you guys. Relax. You guys are as fucked up as I am.
whoever gave you shit, make them wash the dishes this weekend.
It's an art form, by the way.
I do not know who inspired you. I don't know how you came up with that, but I can tell you right now, I come up with names for a lot of things that we do at
Yeah.
the radio station, and that name made me insanely jealous.
Yeah, I smoke
Like-
a solid amount of weed.
Whatever you were smoking,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah,
Like, and down to the Pancom Podcast with the mic in it.
That was them.
That was
All them.
genius.
The name was also not all you.
It was all me.
No, I wrote it into an Instagram caption, and you said, "Hey, that'd be a good name for a podcast."
I don't totally believe that's true.
Did
Okay.
he just steal your shine from?
Absolutely.
He's fired.
That's most of what happens on this show.
He's still jealous because he's talking into the ball tickler. It's been like that penitencia for 2 years.
Quoting. But seriously, great name.
Thank
Like,
you.
Genuinely jealous.
We do what we can here.
I remember being like, "What? Why the fuck didn't I come up with that name?"
Right.
And I'll tell you why. At the moment that your podcast name, was revealed, there were a lot of podcasts coming out, and a lot of people were giving them like these quirky, really dumb
Yeah.
kind of names, and for some reason, and now that I know you and kind of getting to know you right now,
All
I
right.
felt that you came up with that name to make fun of the whole podcast wave. And you're like, bro, because you could put bang with anything.
Yeah.
And, it's like pan con lechon, pan con croqueta, pan con podcast.
Right. Or the pan con, which, you know, we'll stop there.
Pan
This
con-
is a family show. We'll
pan
stop
con
there.
pings. You
Yeah.
can't. Just say pings.
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 A la Brett Romberg. Penis.
Pan con penes.
No, I mean, I try not to take anything incredibly too serious that's outside of the kitchen. So I also did never think that anyone was going to listen to this shit show. And shockingly, there's some people that do. We're up to 24 followers now, 24 or 5.
There's a lot of people who listen to your show.
Oh, yeah?
So stop it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm blushing. You can't see it. It's not actually happening, but
The
I am
best thing
blushing.
about this relationship that we're forming right now is like, is he being sarcastic? He probably is.
Yeah.
But guess what? I like it.
I know. It's good. It's part of the charm.
I love it.
Yeah. You know, I was in a meeting earlier today, and they were like, oh, you know, Chef, we have to do this thing at 2:30. I'm like, all right, I got to be done by 3. I'm doing a podcast, and I said, you know, with Lucy López, and my pastry chef goes, who? I said, Lucy López, can she give me an autograph? And I was like, really? She was like,
The pastry chef?
yeah, she loves you. She's
Okay.
a big fan.
What's her name?
Devin Braddock.
Devin, I want you to know that whatever you want,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because you are a pastry chef.
Yeah, she does all the
That's
good
it.
things. Yeah, she does
That's it.
all the delicious
Whenever I'm
things.
cycling, I'll just reach out to you and you put me in touch with her,
Oh,
okay?
you're a cycler.
Not right now.
No?
Oh, you meant bicycle?
Yeah.
You're so funny. I'm talking about my menstruation.
Oh, okay. I got it. I wanted to make sure that we're on the same one.
But chef, thank you for
Yeah.
assuming that I work out.
No, because several people, and this is the Grove, so a lot of people are like, you know, I cycle. You should get on a bike. And
No,
I
I'm
just
from
couldn't
Hialeah.
I keep on telling them, like, I have no interest on being on a bike. I feel like I would look like an olive on a toothpick, and I want no part of that.
I don't have enough coordination to pull off the whole biking thing. I tried rollerblading once, and I was like, I look like una cucaracha. Like,
Right.
it was horrible.
I also feel like driving in Miami is dangerous enough.
Right.
So put me on a bike with nothing to you know, protect me. Mm-hmm. It's a risky thing.
Question, do you white knuckle mostly on 95 or on the Palmetto?
I would say 95. I don't hit the Palmetto often. That's why
Right.
I'm on 95 daily. Yeah.
So I took the Palmetto here,
I'm sorry.
and I only white knuckle on one hand on the Palmetto.
Okay.
But on 95,
It's both.
both. And
Yeah.
there's 2 things I love. One, scary hip hop,
Okay. When you
And-
say scary hip hop, can you give me an example?
Yin Yang Twins.
Oh, that's
To
not-
me, that's scary hip hop because they're asking me to look at their dicks the whole time. And you said it was a family show, guys?
No, not really though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And whenever there's a song that makes me sing about stuff like that, I'm like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna accidentally sing this song in front of my kids, and I don't want to do that. So I call that scary hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is the fear of death,
Right.
like that.
General.
I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die in the like that. It's like as soon as I got off of Bird Road, I was like, that was fun.
I feel like I also I have my angry spells. I don't want to call it road rage because I've progressed a lot in my life to get away from road rage.
There's
so
growth.
Right. I'm older now.
Mm-hmm.
Is actually in neighborhoods because people are such fucking idiots
Yes.
when it comes to like just driving. A stop sign is an actual stop sign.
Right.
It means to stop. It doesn't mean to roll. It doesn't mean to kind of stop. It just means to fucking stop.
Yeah,
And then
just-
also,
yeah.
and I don't know, and listen, I'll tell you probably the number one person who does not listen to this podcast is Francis Suárez or any of the other people that are politician types.
Excuse me, are you talking about the sexy vampire
I don't.
mayor we have?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to talk about the fact that our beautiful mayor looks like a sexy vampire? Or
I
is
don't-
that just me?
I don't ever say nice things
Okay.
about him. So I don't think that he listens, but if we could come up with some kind of rule, law, that Uber drivers can't just park in the middle of the street to drop off whoever they're dropping off, it would be fucking fantastic. It would actually make my fucking day if we could do that. My knuckles are white now, and I'm not even grabbing anything right now.
Uh-huh.
That's like a general thing. Uber and Amazon, you guys all suck. Just so you're aware, stop parking in the middle of the street to drop off the 12-year-old girl that doesn't have a car at whatever nightclub she's not supposed to be drinking at.
Chef, I want you to bring it from like a 10 to an 8.5.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day
because
already.
I haven't taken my anxiety meds today.
Our drinks are on their way.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So how mad are you at the mayor, and is it because of COVID?
I don't think I think there was a heavy part of COVID that he wanted to make Carlos Jiménez look bad in several ways. So he wanted to talk about how poorly things were being done here, and he did it on a national level.
Got it.
And he was on national TV shows talking about how dumb things were here. And I don't understand when he's actually part of the political process here.
Sure.
But it was a large, gigantic pissing match between the both of them that really didn't get us absolutely fucking anywhere. Now, I am also very grateful that we are open, and I think that there has been good things that have happened for us. But COVID was a time that I can't judge someone on their decisions they made during COVID because it was an unprecedented time.
We were all dumb.
I mean, well, when you say all, give me context when you say we were all dumb.
Me accidentally putting corn into my microwave, forgetting it was in there, hearing it beep,
Right.
going, why is the light still on? Walking over and it was on fire.
That's
the level of dumbness that I was experiencing.
Right.
So bear with.
I think that we also experienced a time that it was so, we had no plans, right? Even the plans now are pretty bad plans, right? When we talk about how people approach COVID, the only good thing that's happened in this entire state is that our economy is open, right?
Right.
But there is no real plan.
There's no plan.
There isn't a general plan of how we're going to make it through this to the other side to make sure that we can make this long term. There is none. Right. So am I saying that I could come up with a better one? No, but that's why I'm not running for office.
Right.
That's why I'm not saying I'm going to lead an entire city of people and then my general thing is we should bring all the tech companies and they're all going to be underwater just like half of Coconut Grove yesterday.
I got a little bit of ish. I wrote an article for Miami.com because I did this whole thing on how to teach tech bros how to date.
I saw. I saw.
But I feel like the end of my article was listen, if you guys are going to come here, don't just show up and not do anything.
Right.
Invest your time. I mean, a lot of people may or may not know this, but a very great little group of kids, programmers and coders, are coming out of Sunset Miami High School.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know this. And it's are they going to come here and start recruiting these kids so they don't turn into evil hackers that, destroy Target in one click?
Right.
Or are they going to come here and just, hang out on Brickell and eat
I think
there?
that's a very fair.
What are they going to do?
That's a very fair statement because something I talk about through and through, and this is why I tell you people call me a lot of names, because
Chuchi's not one of them, right?
some people call me Chuchi. My friend Gabby does call me Chuchi,
There you go.
but I haven't seen him in a while, so I haven't heard it in a while. But obviously, since we're open, a lot of these major markets are moving their restaurant groups here.
Yeah.
And in very classic Miami fashion, everyone wants to jump on that train, and it's a bandwagon of oh my god,
When
and
you
blah blah
mean
blah.
everybody wants to do, you're talking about Juana and Juan who go out every weekend and spend
Right.
some cashish on the foods?
Right.
Okay, got it.
That's what I'm talking about. Also, politicians, writers, journalists, or whatever we want to call them, all those things.
Influencers.
Hate that word, super bad word here, but it's fine. You
Got
can
it.
use it.
I just want to put him in the bad pile for you.
That's cool. I have a very big bad pile. And Simon Kim, which is on this show a couple weeks ago, he's opened up Coat in the design district. And I asked him, I said, are you planning to be a part of the community, or are you just coming to pillage our community? We've spent a lot of time building this culinary community for a long time with it's been a lot of fucking work, So are you going to add something to it, or are you just going to come and try to say this shit's your own? Because I'm not about that.
Right.
And honestly, he was an incredible human. And I think that he had some great thoughts about it. And I think that he's probably one of the rare instances that I feel will do his best to be a part of the community. I don't feel like that about a lot of them, though, you know? So instead of, I always look as we're trying to bring things here, but we need to improve infrastructure here a lot. And I think that starts with a lot of the people at the top.
When people start talking about Elon Musk wanting to build tunnels underneath Miami, I cringe. Why do I cringe? As a Hialeah girl who uses the palmetto way too much, I'm well, this is still under construction and you guys are going to build tunnels?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you thinking?
No,
well,
the palmetto is a constant, it's a constant person that's in progress. Holly,
this?
how are you?
Hi.
Fantastic.
What is
Thank
that?
you. That's a Negroni.
Oh, that's like with the champagne.
No, that's a Spagliato. This is
Okay.
it's boozy, but you'll enjoy it. It's mine. I just said to make 2 of my regular. So
Pa
this
arriba,
is-
pa abajo.
yeah, just and don't drink all of it now.
I'm gonna need bread. Paco. Hola.
Did he?
That might be Paco.
No, it is Paco, guys. I don't know what's so funny.
I'll take this brief break as an opportunity to remind Mike that we got to tell people what's going on here.
Oh, that's right. What do you mean?
What?
All that anybody who's in Salina, Kansas knows is that she's a radio icon.
I know. I told her like we were gonna get into this off-subject shit, and
But
then we're gonna talk about
I
the
interview people
rise
too, don't
from
forget.
Hialeah to being a Miami legend. The
my
Lucy
gosh.
López story here on
God.
Pan Con Podcast.
Qué rico, sabroso.
Is that how that works? Do you do all of your own audio? Like,
I want to.
you don't do it all? Is there like little tickers like beep?
So it all depends on what's happening on the show.
Okay.
Are we taking a break or are we still doing
No,
this?
we're still doing this.
Oh, you're
but this
fucking
is-
around?
No, but this is how this usually works.
Way to kill the momentum.
Don't listen to the producer.
Holy
This is how this works
jeez,
here.
I never listen to a producer.
This is why we're getting along so far.
This is very good.
The cocktail or the show?
Everything.
Classic lady, lie in your face.
I'm not a liar. What did you want to know?
I don't remember. Where were we, Nick?
You don't have to listen to me.
The rise of Lucy López, the human.
Like, what do you want to know? Like,
I mean,
ask-
okay, so from start to finish.
Start
Start to
from-
finish.
are you
Born
crazy?
in Hialeah? Were you born in Hialeah Hospital?
No, my sister was.
Me too.
There you go.
Yeah.
You probably know my sister. So, no, I was born in Jersey, man, because my parents my mom came to, United States in the 60s. Her father was like, we're not going to Miami, we're going to New York. And we're going to eat apple pie and root for the Yankees. And there were 13 kids.
Wow.
So about 8 of them came then, and then the rest came during the Mariel boat lift, which at that time my mom was already married to my dad, who worked for immigration,
Oh, yeah?
and was able to go, as she says, pick her sister out of a boat.
Oh, man.
So, like I was born in Jersey, raised in Hialeah. I came to Hialeah when I was like not even a year old.
Oh, yeah.
And I lived in the Rat Trap. The Rat Trap is a small neighborhood sandwiched between West 8th Avenue and West 12th. And I lived on 45th Place. And the reason why they called it a rat trap is because if the cops were on one end and on this end, you couldn't escape.
Mm.
And the only way out was where the cops were.
Right.
So I lived there. I went to like Palm Springs Middle School. I went to Pace High School.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm a Catholic schoolgirl by trade.
Yeah.
At night, I'm just a pata sucia.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
She flicks her hair away.
Yeah, and then I studied film in Miami-Dade.
Hmm.
And I was plucked out of college to work at Power 96.
Oh, yeah?
I auditioned on voicemail.
On voicemail.
Yeah, I called the radio station.
Do you still have a copy of that audition?
Yes.
Oh, can we? Come on, we should procure
I'll
that.
try to find it's on a DAT, so it's really hard to convert.
We leave that up to them to figure out.
All right.
We just talk.
I'm like such a Hialeah girl that when I was pulling up, I couldn't find parking, and I go, how offensive would it be if I just told one of these, can you go park my car?
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be offensive. I don't think.
Okay.
Be
Anyways,
totally fine.
so then, yeah, I just studied film, and I made a phone call into the radio station, and the guys were making fun of Hialeah girls, and I called up, and I was rather sarcastic, and the program director was in the room. And he gave me his office number, and he goes, hey, can you call me? We would like to have a conversation with you about putting you on the radio. And I was like, yeah, right. Okay.
How old were you when that happened?
I was 19.
Hmm.
I had just turned 19 years old.
Wow, so like
Yeah.
even like the beginning of college.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was only I graduated high school when I was 16.
Oh, so you graduated high school young too, yeah?
Yeah, super young. And then I went straight to, I had to wait a couple, like back in the day, you couldn't start college at 16. You had to wait a year. So my mom sent me to Spain to get some manners.
How'd that work out?
I spent 2 weeks in Ibiza.
Oh, so
I
it worked
lied
out.
about where I was staying.
So it lined you up for the rest of your life.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. That's where, like, I fell in love with food.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, growing up in Miami with Cuban parents, the most, I guess, the biggest culinary experience I ever had, aside from my father cooking, was Casa Juancho.
I used to work there.
Oh, who used to work there?
I used to work there.
I know.
Man, I have a little picture in the little red vest.
I know, you started your career there. But
Man, you really do listen. This is a shock. I am honored that you listened to this
Chill out.
fucking shit show of a show. Nice work, Nick. Nice work, Carlos.
look at you
Putting
guys.
us on the map.
Are you guys proud?
You guys should. You're very.
You
Yeah,
should be.
shut up.
It's a big day.
It's a big day.
You have no idea how big it is.
So
And yeah. that
so
was-
19. How many years you been there?
I've been there since I had turned 20.
Mm.
Then I left for a year. And when I went to live in California for a year, and then I found that everybody was racist.
Yeah,
I was like, I gotta get out of here.
yeah. I moved to Virginia. Same thing.
I was terrified. I had this crazy idea.
It was all hippies and everything loved
Oh
it.
my
Everyone
God,
loved each other. Yeah.
Well, because my dad is from the Bronx. And then my dad was like, you ain't moving out to, where you, get out of here. You ain't going to California. So tipo dirty hippies there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't wait to live there.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. Horrible experience. I hated it. I remember the first time I spoke Spanish, it was to a server at a restaurant. And he looked at me and he goes, ¿Tú hablas español? And I go, sí, yo soy cubana. And he goes, no hablas español aquí. Tú no luces hispana
Yeah.
si no te tratan diferente. I was like, what?
Yeah. It's so crazy, right?
It was wild. And then at the time, I was working at a post-production house, and I would work on audition tapes for actors and actresses. And I'm in the editing bay, whatever. And I said something in Spanish, and the owner goes, Lopez, do you speak Spanish? And I'm like, yeah. Are you Mexican?
Oh, it's always the immediate fucking
and
question.
I just looked at him. I go, no, I'm Cuban. He goes, like you, Leon, and Scarface.
It's the same thing, man. It's
And
nuts.
I said, no, like Jose Marti, Celia Cruz, and my mom. Fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then I quit and I came back home.
Good move.
I couldn't handle it. It was too much.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 4 years in Virginia, and again, like, I don't look Hispanic.
No, you don't.
You know, I don't look Hispanic, so. But as soon as I open my mouth, because everyone talks like it's like 3 words every 6 minutes over there, so it's like very slow. And they're just like, "Oh boy, where are you from?" It's like, "I'm from Miami."
Is that scary? Isn't that accent terrifying?
Which one? Boy, where are you from?
Boy, where you from? Was that scary the first time you heard someone say or
No.
speak to you in that manner?
No, because the guy who was talking to me at that time was an African American guy, so like at that point I didn't really understand, like it wasn't a big deal yet. But then the longer I was there, it did turn into more of a thing. And never did I have any fear, because I was like the black dudes looked at me as like one of them.
Okay.
So it was like, even my best friend in college was Hawaiian, African American.
The Rock? You went to school with The Rock?
I didn't. He's much smaller than The Rock.
Okay.
Like he was, like he weighed like 215. The Rock's like 350. So not the same. But we were roommates for 3 years. Like I felt very like safe. I did get jumped once.
No.
Yeah, in college by 4 white dudes.
See, my dad has a lot of stories like that. My dad was called a spick. He was called
I was
the
called
N-word.
I was called a spick. I was called all kinds of
Yeah.
things, and I didn't totally understand it, because like in Miami, race is like, we talk shit to Boricuas or whatever, but it's more it's fun. It's not like ever serious.
Right.
But there, it's like it's so embedded.
It's visceral.
It's so
You feel it.
embedded in like their culture, the
Right.
hatred, it's nuts. So even the city that I was in, I remember once we were drinking whatever, it was on a Wednesday, and we were on someone's like backyard, and there was like smoke billowing in the distance. I'm like, oh man, I'm wondering what that is. And it was a local guy, and he was like, the KKK has a meeting the first Wednesday of every month.
Stop it.
Swear to God.
Fake
Swear to God.
fairy tales.
Not
Dragon tales.
Not at all.
Tell me the truth.
This actually happened. This was actually a fact.
Oh my gosh.
Danville, Virginia was the last capital of the Confederacy when it was falling. And they have a museum to that.
So gross.
They have a museum to that effect. And I'm sure, museums, whatever, capture history. But that is not a part of history that I want to go to a museum to see.
Yeah,
And it's they're about it. I dated a girl in college that she was like, a cute little white girl, very sweet, kind of, I guess. I'm not sure. And she was like, yeah, we're going to let's go see my family for a day. They're going to have a barbecue. I said, all right, cool. It's in the middle of the fucking boonies. And as soon as, it's this long dirt road. This could have been out of a movie. It's like a long dirt road. We turn into the road, and she's like, oh, yeah, by the way, don't mention anything about you being Cuban. And I go, what? Say what now? And, yeah, just don't mention it to my daddy or my mom. Don't. And I said, oh, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be I got a tattoo of Cuba on my back. It's from one side to the other. So it's not that easy to just be like, well.
You have Lermita on your chest.
It's like the whole thing and the gold necklace.
Oh,
and I've been wearing that since I was 15. So it's not easy for me to be like, hey, it's like the guy from Half Baked. I'm Cuban B. It's just part of who I am.
Right.
And it was interesting. That whole the 4 year, I learned so much in those 4 years. Nothing regarding school because I didn't really attend school.
Sure.
But learned about life in that time frame of just
Did that mold you into the kind of person that you are in the kitchen? How you treat your staff, the culture here?
No, I attribute maybe as a human, my personality. It did a lot of that. Did change very quickly.
Right.
Because I have a wonderful mom that was just very motherly my whole life, and she was amazing.
I love mommies.
I know, she's incredible. And so I didn't really see an incredibly ugly part of the world like that, and I never envisioned it to be like that. What really molded the way that I operate in a kitchen is the fact that I played 12 years of football.
Okay.
Organized sports was the teamwork aspect,
Sure.
the leadership aspect, nurturing younger talent aspect, all that kind of stuff. It was still a work in progress, but yeah, it's incredible. And I've actually never heard that about California, me personally. So
terrifying.
It
happened to me. Is it going to happen to everybody else? Probably not, dude. I don't know. But it happened to me, and I remember it really made me panic. And I guess I went back in my mind of the stories my father has shared with me. My dad's a Vietnam vet. He's born in New York. His parents are Cuban. And, I mean, my dad is insane, crazy guy, crazy, but he's a beautiful man. He's an amazing person with heart, and he's very spiritual. But growing up, my dad wanted to teach me kind of to grow up as a New Yorker, even though we lived in Miami, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So my dad was very hyper aware of how people are, how people perceive others. And I remember him, we were driving once to New Jersey to see the family. And right before we finished driving through Florida, he pulls over. I was 9 years old. Pulls over. Listen up. And I'm like, yeah? He goes, we're about to leave Florida right now. I'm like, okay. He goes, we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep fucking driving. Your mother's not gonna say a fucking word if we get pulled over. The minute they hear your mother's accent, we're all going to jail. And I'm looking at my dad, and my dad is saying this so he meant every single word he was saying. And imagine a grown-ass man talking like that to a 9-year-old. And
right.
I'm sitting there are we gonna die? What is happening? And my dad said, we will die if we stop this car.
Jeez.
And I grew up with that intensity in my household. And my mom is Cuban. So I remember that being so in my mind that when I experienced it in California, I was like, fuck that. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to, like, nope, gotta get out of here. I don't want to live here, you know? And my dad had a very special way to share with me his life stories. You know, my pops, his life dream was to be a chef. His like he'll sit there, we'll eat. I'll bring him to your restaurant. He'll eat something and he'll go like this. I'm making this tomorrow. I'm making this. I know how to make this. I'm gonna make it tomorrow. And it's embarrassing. We'll go to like an Italian restaurant. As soon as we walk into his favorite Italian restaurant, he'll go, and he'll start talking. I
love that.
He speaks Italian, and he's Cuban, but he speaks many languages. And I'm just like, what are you doing?
Can we get your dad on the show?
He's a shit
Man,
show. I'll bring him. Next time you guys want me to, I'll bring my pops. And he's wild. He's wild. But warning, he'll go from telling you, like, and then he'll go into writing, like, so I was in Vietnam and I killed this many people, and he'll tell you incredible graphic stories, which is something that I grew up listening to as a child. So it kind of, it fucks with you, you know, because you're like, okay, there's just some stuff we can't tell dad.
Yeah, okay.
It's a pretty loud noise. Is he going to freak out? And we've had those moments. We've been like watching a movie and my dad has had a flashback, and that's...
How long was he there?
So my dad got drafted, saw his name come up on TV, spent a year, came back to get better.
And then they sent him back?
No, and then he goes, I want to go back.
Oh, man.
So, and they were like, oh, you feel better?
Yeah, great.
And he was like, yeah. And then he went back and then spent another 2 years and then came back and met my mom.
Wow. 3 years in Vietnam.
Like a badass.
Man, you're talking about
That's the animal who raised me.
Wow, so, all right.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. It was hard to date me, buddy. My husband...
I can only
When
imagine.
my husband met my dad, the first thing out of his mouth, he goes, hi, I was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, come have a seat.
Oh, your husband was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's good. That's a good way to get in.
Yeah, but when he met my dad, he was like, I never expected someone to be so open and so, you know, so open with those experiences. I think that's where I gravitate for inspiration and also like guts,
right.
You know? I don't think there's a lot of people who can say that, you know, like they can say, well, my dad's terror, it molded me and my sister, you know.
Well, I mean, it's like a very graphic, real interpretation of like things are history.
Yeah.
And like things that happen that a lot of people just see like in books and they just read words. But when you hear like, and when you see, obviously there's a lot of like documentation and history that's attached to it. But when you hear like someone that was actually there,
yeah,
I mean, it's a totally different thing.
He's got some stories, man, that I'm just like, Dad, are you for real right now? He's like, no, this is how it happened. You know, you go there, you did what you have to do, you try to get high and forget through the night, and goes, your mom saved me. You know?
I was gonna say, what's the dynamic with your mom? Like,
so my mom,
how is she a human in comparison to your dad?
So my mom is an angel from heaven.
Right. So she's probably get along with my mom. Great.
She's a mix between. So my mom learned to speak English on the buses in New York. So my mom speaks Yiddish, and she's not Jewish.
Amazing.
So my mom's is a combination. Her accent is a combination between Tony Soprano and Tony Montana.
Incredible.
So when my mom speaks, it's like she'll say things like, "Óyeme, go get me the chmear and put it in the bagel." And you're like, what? You know, it's like,
sure.
That's not how that is. No, don't tell me.
Yeah.
I know a good bagel.
Yeah.
It's like, all right. Yeah.
What part of Cuba is she from?
My mom is from Contramaestre. She's what we call una guajira. She's farm girl.
Yeah.
The youngest of 13.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole story is pretty epic too. My grandparents met because my grandmother was married to my grandfather's uncle, and she fell in love with him.
Scandal.
So
what a scandal.
It's pretty scandalous.
This
Love
episode
that.
has everything.
I know. I love this. This could be like, you could have a series of movies.
Trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I just need one meeting with Billy Corbin.
Oh, really?
Just one.
Okay.
One
Nick,
little
you want to set
meeting.
it up?
Yeah, sure. We'll call Billy in the morning.
Are you guys...
He doesn't really like Nick, but that's fine.
Whatever, but who does?
Right.
I actually like Nick.
Nick is a good guy.
He's all right. I mean, as he sits talking into his ball tickler, he does a great job.
Does he not like you, or he doesn't like you?
I don't know. Mike seems, to have more information about whether Billy.
No,
Corbin
I don't have
likes
more
me.
information. It's like I don't think you guys have ever agreed on one thing.
We've had the.
I think that's the beauty of
to be
him.
fair, I've never actually had a conversation except when I was interrupting your conversation with Billy Corbin.
Right, which you did a very good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's his thing.
Who?
Not to like people.
Who, Billy?
Yeah. Whatevs.
Sure. Yeah, I guess. I mean, we could have differing opinions, but we could hook you up with some other people. Yeah. I don't really know.
If you'd like
This
to
is
have
the
a
part of the show where we edit it out so we don't get dragged through the internet.
No, you can.
No, we're all about getting.
We're all
dragged through
about
the-
getting dragged through the internet. That's how we met. Carlos took a question that we've asked on this damn show 3 times, and he ran with it and made these
right.
ridiculous assumptions about sandwiches.
He's
that I don't
horrible.
agree-
He's the
Horri-
worst person ever.
No, he's not the worst person ever.
Carlos Frías is an imposter, a sham.
but- Wow. Jeez.
I think that's what we're putting at the very start of the episode.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I just disagree with all his sandwich takes. Like, not everything
He
is
is
a
the
fucking sandwich.
worst.
Like,
He
that-
tried to convince me that pastelito's a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. It's a breakfast pastry
Yeah.
or comfort food.
No, it's a breakfast pastry. Yeah, it's not a sandwich.
It's not a sandwich, Carlos Frías.
He just tries to, I think it was like a shtick for him for like 3 weeks. Is this a sandwich? Is this a sandwich? Is it? And no, it's not a sandwich.
It's not. An empanada is not a sandwich.
It's not. But then is a calzone a sandwich? This is gonna go down a dirty rabbit hole, and I don't want to be there. We're here to talk about you. We're not here to talk about Carlos Frías.
This is what I do, though. I talk about everybody else except myself.
I know, but that's why you're here, to be uncomfortably talking about yourself.
I can't stand it.
I know, it's great.
It's horrible.
Yeah. How's your cocktail? You don't like it very much? It's bitter?
I like it.
I'm just asking.
I like this. I thought, honestly, that this was is it Campari?
Yeah, it is Campari.
Oh, that's what I thought that was.
It is. Well, it's Campari, rum. I do mine with rum. It's dark rum.
Does
Campari.
this have rum?
Yes.
Wasted. I need bang. Seriously, bro, tráeme un pedacito de pan que estoy
I'm
hambriente.
not the chef here.
Who's the waiter?
We don't have one because we're not open, but I can make it happen.
Can you have pan con aceitico?
Oh man, that's you, huh?
Why can't I have that?
I'm just
Is
I know.
that it? Is there a red flag? Am I
No.
not going to tip you enough at the end of this date?
No, it's not about tipping enough. First of all, I just know we have bread service, right? Our bread comes with a lot of butter on it.
Well, then give me
and
that.
salt. Let me finish.
Okay, fine.
So, and then my favorite is when they come up to the pass and they're like, "Chef, the table would like some more butter." How the fuck do you want more butter on top of
Oh,
that
I'm not like
fucking
that.
I'm just telling you my story.
This
Okay?
guy.
I'm not
He's
blaming you.
insoportable with the bread thing.
What do you mean?
Insoportable?
Oh, man.
What do you mean? I don't understand. What the fuck does that mean? That's the first time you ever said that.
No, you're
With
insoportable?
the,
No, I know, I just
with
don't
the
understand
bread
what-
rules and what people are allowed to do with the
But
bread.
this is
What do you mean
Chefs
allowed?
do.
What do you mean? Oh,
Yeah,
whoa!
they wanna put
What do you mean
some butter on
allowed?
it. These are
They
his
can do whatever the
rules.
fuck they want. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm very sorry.
But
So
how
you're
much butter do you put on this?
A lot. It's a Parker House roll. It's fucking doused in butter at the end. My bigger question is, so now you want olive oil? What the fuck does that make any sense? Now you've even lost me even more. There's no olive oil in it to begin with.
What kind of salt do you put on it?
Malden salt, because it makes sense and it's delicious. Fuck, man. God.
Is that crunchy salt?
It is crunchy salt. It is crunchy salt.
You should just call it that.
I call my kids, I teach them that. I'm like, do you want abuela salt or do you want crunchy salt? Crunchy salt.
Oh, crunchy salt's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's like pretzel salt. Yeah, pretzel salt.
Right.
The salt on a pretzel is
Oh
like
my
incredible.
gosh.
You can't have pretzel without
A
salt.
salty or a sweets guy?
That's a loaded question for me.
I was prepared to talk food, by the way, but whatever.
We're not here to talk
Go.
about food. We're here to talk about the story and journey from Hialeah to Lucy López.
Here I am. Personality got me all the way to the top, kids. That's what it's all about.
Hasn't gotten me anywhere.
You're the worst.
No, like I said, people call me names.
Oh my God, that's my new name for you. The worst.
The worst. That's cool. We should make that a T-shirt. Every episode we come up with a different T-shirt that we're actually not going to make, but
The
we still will do it.
worst.
Yeah, the worst is good. Where were we? We were
Crunchy
talking. Okay,
salt.
so how long? Yeah, crunchy salt. How long have you been with Power 96?
Forever, since like I was 20. I'm coming up on like 19 years.
Wow, 19 years in the same place. How do you do it?
I love what I do.
That's good.
I
But I
love
also
it.
think that there's loving what you do and the context in which where you do it. So you must really like where you do it as well.
I love it. I love my coworkers. I love Zog. I love Evie. I love everybody that I work with. It's a family.
That's great.
But I really genuinely love my city. I love Miami so much.
Love that shit.
I swear to you.
Me too.
That's why
Yeah.
I want to fight a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I see the planes pulling up to the tarmac here at MIA, and I see them all filing out, pasty,
Yeah.
with their fucking Timberlands on.
Hold on. I like Tim's. I got Tim's. What's wrong with that?
But you don't wear them to the beach, do you, chef?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't wear it on
Okay.
the beach. You're right. That's accurate.
And I worry. I
mean, it's a.
I'm concerned.
It's-
I'm a
it's a-
concerned citizen of the 305.
I'm a very concerned person too. I think.
Why does he have a billboard in California that says if you're moving to Miami, slide into my DMs? Why?
You know how this works with the microphone,
I
huh?
do.
It's not your
but
first time.
It's round, so it'll pick up everything. I get mad. There's a serious homelessness problem in our city.
Yep.
And I'm not just talking about, Fred, who may or may not sleep in front of the AAA. I'm talking about kids who are in high school right now who don't have a meal in the morning, lunch, or dinner, who are literally couch surfing and attending school and trying to graduate during a pandemic.
Yeah.
That's happening in our city. There are immigrants living here who are being treated like slaves, who are picking the food for your fucking salad. And I don't know if people are as aware as maybe you and I are of what is happening in our city. And I'm scared if we get more people in here, the real issues are not going to be taken care of. So when I'm on the microphone and I'm doing my show every morning on Power 96, 6 to 10 a.m. on Power 96, radio.com, download the app.
Got it.
All
Done.
I can think about is, how am I going to make people laugh?
Yeah.
How am I going to make people forget about this bullshit for like a few seconds? And I'm hyper aware of every other form of media they can turn to, from Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Joe Rogan on fucking Spotify. And
He took all of our
Howard
money on Spotify, by the way.
and Howard Stern, and I get it. Netflix, totally get it. I understand. But I feel that our city hopefully continues to tune into local talent,
Sure.
because we feel what they're going through. We sympathize, we empathize, we understand what's happening. And I get asked, what's the answer? What's this? How can we do this? How can we change that? And so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
I
know.
don't know. The answer's never easy, but it's more difficult to come up with that answer than saying we should invite more tech companies to come here.
Right. And then the other side of me is like, I understand what you're saying, but there are a lot of talented kids in our community. But let's not forget, although it was a pain in the ass for some of my girlfriends, a 16-year-old hacked into the Miami-Dade County public school system
Yeah, that's true.
and took it for a fucking ride.
Yeah.
Sure, he's in jail right now. But when he gets out,
Yeah, we got a place for him.
everybody's got a little place for him. Somewhere. What he did was horrible. Terrible. Horrible. He went hard. But I just feel that there's that talent that needs to be nurtured and needs to have a job in our city.
Sure.
Because that person, and I'm not talking about the kids in jail, so everybody chill out. I'm talking about that regular hacker, that regular kid who has this gift, whether he's, promising chef, a teacher, a musician, a rap artist, a model, a photographer, a broadcaster. They need to be able to grow their craft in our city and then learn to give back to it.
I think the biggest point is Miami sometimes as a whole, because it's such a transient place and it's so fast paced and it's so a lot of glitz and glamour here, a lot of smoke and mirrors. We don't realize how good the things are that we have, right? Because it's such a transient community and there's so many things of like, oh, well, look at this place and look at that place. I honestly don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, I like visiting other places and I've lived in another place, but usually when I go on vacation after like 3 or 4 days, I'm like, I'm ready to go home. You know, like I'm ready to come back. This is like my home, and I love this.
Me too.
And I love it very much here. I don't know if everyone has that same sentiment. I know a lot of the people that I know very well do have that same sentiment.
Even the ones that we can't stand feel the same way we do.
That's accurate, too, and that's why I don't give everyone a load of shit like all the time. But it's like realize how special a lot of the things that we already have are, you know, and how special the talent here already is. I mean, the food talent here is immense, you know, and that's why I'm like, I never play a game like my Arietta is supposed to be a restaurant that is for Miami, built by Miami, and is 100% an experience that you can only have here. There will never be another Arietta in another city.
Bro, everybody talks about your restaurant, by the way.
That's very nice, and I love that.
Like,
that's
my best
good.
friend Suhail is like freaking out that I'm here sitting with you.
Oh, yeah?
She's like, is he going to feed you? Oh, my God. And I go, no, I'm not an asshole. I already ate potaje before I went.
If you would have come at 9, we would have fed you.
No, I had potaje already.
Okay, that's good.
Because today's Thursday. Thursday is potaje Thursdays in my house.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's like a thing?
Yeah.
I like that. Do you have like a menu for every day?
Yes.
What's Monday?
Monday is usually
Meatless?
Meatless Mondays.
I got it.
Sorry.
You need a job?
Huh?
Do you need a job making Meatless Monday happen?
Let's do it. I do Meatless Mondays, and then Tuesdays we do tacos for the kids because they're really into it.
Tacos are good.
I do
hard shell or soft?
Soft.
Of course.
And then I do half. You're gonna hate this. I do half turkey meat.
Why would I hate that?
And the other half Beyond Meat.
Let me ask you a question. I don't hate any of that. Do you?
Are you sure?
I'm 100% accurate. Like, sure.
Okay, because you come off a little bit like Anthony Bourdain. And like that bold attitude.
Yeah, I know.
And Bourdain fucking hated vegetarians.
I know, and I don't hate vegetarians.
Okay.
I don't hate vegetarians. I actually eat like a couple days a week 100% plant-based.
Oh, you're so fucking cool.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
This is coming from the person that makes Impossible tacos?
Impossible tacos.
All right.
So good.
I know.
And Thursday is potajes.
If you want to bring me one on Tuesday, I'll eat it.
Okay.
All right. It's a deal.
That's fine. I also put little pieces of platanito in them.
Yeah. Well, I'm more against the maduro than the.
I'm the worst.
Yeah, you've changed. Now you've totally changed the taco.
Horrible?
It's just it's different now.
You're gonna eat it.
I probably would eat it.
Okay, fine.
What I'm saying is.
Tell me.
Would you think that I'm like a food snob and that there's things that I just wouldn't eat?
Well, that's the stereotype.
But that's a terrible stereotype.
It's like the stereotype of me is that I'm a chonga.
Yeah, no. Well, it's good. Why? Because you're from Hialeah?
Because I'm from Hialeah. And then when they meet me and we have a conversation, they're like, oh yeah. She's just like funny.
Right.
I hope. But yeah, I think it's always like I came prepared to talk to you, not just about food, but I just came prepared just in case you tried me. I'd be like,
what does trying you connotate?
You know, like, let's see, what's like, I swear to God, I thought this was going to happen. You ready for this?
Here we go.
Let's see, what dish?
I don't sound like this either, right? You're not impersonating my voice?
No, this is in my head.
Okay, good.
What dish brings you joy? And then I was going to say...
A Crunchwrap Supreme.
No.
Oh, all right.
Shut up. How do you know Taco Bell's my favorite?
It's my favorite. Yeah, I know. Crunchwrap Supreme.
Which is the best Taco Bell in the 305. Come on! Bring Carlos Frías in here.
No.
Which
it's a
is
sandwich.
The best Taco Bell in the 305?
No, but I
don't front. Come on.
But I don't venture that far. Listen, I'm a simple man.
You make them at home.
No, I just go to the closest fucking Taco Bell.
Oh, no. The best Taco Bell in all of the 305 land is the one on 103rd and Hialeah. It is the best Taco Bell because the women that are in there cooking go a little off menu.
Love
so
that.
So when you're eating that taco, it's like, yo, this is picadillo.
Yeah. They bring it from home, you think?
They make it there like if they were making it at home.
Oh, man, that's pretty
good. The best crunch wrap in the world is the Taco Bell
I may
in
make that
103rd
trek for
Hialeah.
that. The only, honestly, and just because the restaurants are here and I live in the Grove, I only go to Hialeah to go to Stevens. That's it.
Yay!
That's pretty much it.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah. Free ads for
Free
Matt
ads.
Kushner, Stevens Deli.
Look,
and
at
La
we'll be
Cocina.
talking about him, right? But if we go eat there, he'll fucking charge us full price.
Of course. But I welcome that with
I know, I do too.
Well, I want him to charge me full price every time.
I love it.
I
survived COVID because of
Stevens?
Stevens.
That's
yeah,
great.
Man. That's all I did. I was like, come get any matzo ball soup and then get me the Hialeah bar. And
Oh, the Hialeah bar is delicious.
No.
Oh, I haven't had the nachos.
So good.
Yeah?
Yeah, very good. Con la carne esa que hace con los
Oh,
sandwiches.
pastrami.
Es
Ah.
so good.
Yeah, we might have to venture out there again. I don't know who that is.
You okay?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Your
So,
neck broke.
what were we talking about before we got interrupted here?
My food.
Oh, your food. Oh, yeah,
Let
we're
me
on Meatless
pretend.
Monday, Taco Tuesday. What's Wednesday?
Let me pretend
What are we pretending?
that you asked me my comfort food.
Okay.
Or that brings
Lucy,
me happiness and joy.
Lucy López. I was thinking last night
Yes.
over
This is what
a
I
nice
wanted.
cognac and my fireplace about questions to ask you, and
Thank
I was
you.
thinking,
Oh my god, I'm so flattered.
what is a food group, a dish,
Yes.
maybe something you've had in your journeys through Spain
Oh, I love that.
that bring you joy?
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't really put my finger on a specific dish,
Okay.
but my grandmother, may she rest in peace.
It's fine. It's the Grove. You remember Loser Laps. It's totally fine around the Grove. You did that. Thursdays, college night.
Every time I drive through the Grove, I can taste Molly.
And you don't, what about Colacab? You don't taste Colacabs?
No,
Oh.
Molly. My grandmother would make me quimbombo.
Oh, man, I haven't had that in so long.
And my grandmother would make it con picadillo inside y bolas de plátano verde.
Oh, I love that.
I haven't had it since she died.
Have you ever tried to
This is
recreate
gonna be
it?
the point where I was gonna cry.
No.
No, I can't. I'm terrified of the kitchen.
Oh, are you?
My dad was like always cooking in our home, and my grandmother, and then he's very menacing. And whenever he's in the kitchen, nobody's allowed in the kitchen. So that kind of like melted.
Your mom's not much of a cook?
She cooks, but she like fake cooks.
Right.
So I have a little bit of her, and then I have a little bit of him. But I do follow recipes very well.
Oh, yeah?
So
That's good. What's on Wednesday in your house?
potajes are Thursdays. Wednesdays is usually leftovers.
Okay.
And then on Friday, I always eat sushi.
Oh, yeah?
It's a little bit of OCD. I've been doing that for like 20 years now.
Every Friday you have
Friday,
sushi?
I have to have sushi.
Where's your favorite sushi from? Lucy López.
God.
This is like free advertising for whoever this
I don't
is.
want to say
You don't want to say?
no
Why?
because
That doesn't make any sense.
I have a lot of favorite places.
Okay, that's cool.
But I feel like people judge you. I'm going to get judged.
We just talked about a Crunchwrap Supreme and how we love it.
I don't want to get judged on sushi. Yeah, but that's different.
I also say that
Because
I
you
like
know what that
Domino's.
is? That's funny. It's a Taco Bell joke.
It's not
But
a
like,
joke. I just went to
no,
talk about like 4 days ago.
Serious people read, listen, and watch and all that. I don't want to
I
talk
don't give a
about my
fuck.
sushi.
Come on. All right, fine. My favorite
But my
sushi is
favorite
from
roll-
Itame.
I don't even know what that is.
You should go. You should try it.
Where is that?
It's in the design district.
Okay.
It's the there's only like 3 restaurants there worth going to. That's one of them.
I was gonna say one, but now I'm scared. If I say it, you're gonna be like, "That shit sucks."
Why? My first sushi experience was at Sushi Co. My sister took me there when I was 13.
My first sushi experience was Nami in Miami Lakes, the one by Royal Oaks.
No, I don't know it. I don't know it.
Anybody here from the Royal Oaks hood?
No?
Haters.
Haters.
Bunch of haters, bro.
So what's happening now in your life?
I'm married.
20 years with Power 96.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, this is a good question.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
I know,
like
I
this,
just...
introducing his own question with, here comes a good question.
Because you've been in radio for so long, what do you think about the state of music right now?
The state of music?
Yeah.
It's thriving.
Oh. How?
Excuse you.
No, that's fine. Tell me exactly why it's thriving.
Okay. Put away your chef hat for a sec.
This has nothing to do with being a chef.
Listen, the state of music depends on who's listening.
Okay.
Okay? You know, people are consuming, no, children are consuming their music on TikTok.
Are they really?
People like you and I
Uh-huh.
are still album buyers.
Yeah.
Did you go out and buy the new Foo Fighters album?
No.
But you're aware of it.
Yeah.
You know they have a new album.
Yes.
They're promoting it everywhere.
Sure.
You're the kind of guy, like me, who's going to possibly download the new Foo Fighters album.
Or buy it on wax.
Listen it from beginning to end.
Correct.
Right?
The proper way to listen to music.
People don't do that anymore. People
Right.
before us, the children, the Gen Z,
Right.
they don't listen to music the way that you and I listen to. The good thing about it is that our music is being used in bits, in, dare I say, influencing like videos, right?
Sure. You talking about like samples or what?
Bits, like 30 seconds of a song, right?
Right.
So guys like T-Pain and,
Oh man, T-Pain.
you know,
College.
Fleetwood Mac,
Oh yeah.
Dreams. These songs are seeing a resurgence. Janet Jackson's album just went platinum or #1 the other day because a bunch of kids are doing fucking dances to her songs on TikTok.
That's crazy.
So,
What was the song? Sorry to cut you
go
off.
ahead, go.
Oh yeah, it was with Otis Redding when Kanye came out with that song Otis.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't know, it was like 10 years ago
Right.
already, and the beginning was with an Otis Redding sample. I know,
know.
and everyone's just like, "Who is this artist, Otis Redding?"
Otis
I mean,
Redding.
I mean,
oh my God.
and it's one of the most legendary soul singers of all time.
Sasha, who's Otis Redding?
Yeah.
Do you know him? Did he party with us? Was he at Wall on Tuesday?
What is Wall?
Oh my God. It's a club. It's like a really cool club back in the day.
Oh, back in the day.
Right. Okay. I have to go. I'm doing a podcast. Oh, why? Because I do hot shit. Bye. Yeah, so that's how I feel about the state of music. I mean, it just depends on who's listening. Nothing is dead. Nothing is dying. Rock and roll isn't fucking dead, guys. Everybody relax. I hate that shit. Rock and roll is dead. Rock and roll is not dead.
Rock
As a
and roll's
matter of
not
fact,
rock and roll's not dead.
If
But
you
I think
listen
the state of hip hop is kind of concerning.
If you no, because you're listening to the wrong hip hop.
I listen to
What are you
hip hop
listening to?
today. That's good, but
Like
the
what?
J. Cole,
Excellent.
Logic,
Great.
yeah, Kendrick, obviously.
Obviously, but
You
when
know,
was the
Joel-
last time Kendrick came out with an album, bro?
I know, but I mean, his 3 albums, the last 3 albums he came out with were fucking amazing. I mean, you could build an entire career off those 3 albums.
The entire album of Damn
I
plays
mean,
on
it's-
replay in my home.
Because it's incredible.
It's beautiful.
Joel Ortiz.
For God's sakes, he won like a... Didn't he win like a not a Nobel Peace Prize for Damn. No, I'm being serious. He won like one of those big-ass awards. Can somebody Google
Producer-
big-ass awards?
This
Big-ass
isn't like
awards.
your situation. We don't
Research
have a computer that we look up shit.
Oh,
And,
you think I have a producer?
yeah. No?
I don't.
You don't? You need Nick? He's available.
Do you want to know who the,
I am not available.
Do you want to know who the producer is?
Oh, yeah?
I
Can you-
write everything.
You should give Nick some tips.
Yeah, man. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I know.
Boom, Pulitzer
Well,
Prize.
Nipsey also was incredible.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he was amazing.
Stop. So good.
Locksmith, also very good.
Good. And then there's these other groups that I list that I'm addicted to. Like I love, the Black Pumas, and
I'm not aware.
there's a jazz band, Kamasi Washington.
That's cool.
Have you ever listened to Kamasi Washington?
No.
You play that shit here. Woo! Bringing the sex it. Kamasi Washington is amazing. You would love him.
Yeah, I mean, we play a lot of old school hip hop here.
That's
a lot. And I do that on purpose because the idea of the restaurant is like you're hanging out at my house. So-
Tribe.
of course, Tribe. Tribe, Outkast,
Pharcyde.
Jay-Z, Pharcyde, Eric B. and Rakim, a lot of Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
A lot of Rakim on his own. I mean, it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I have a weird mix of music that I love. You know, Muddy Waters, John Coltrane,
great.
Miles Davis, and then obviously like older hip hop. You know,
You see, I love all that, and then I love Chris Stapleton, Willie Nelson.
yeah,
I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. A lot of people don't know that.
Ted Nugent, Bruce Springsteen.
I love Bruce.
Bruce is like
He's.
I have a connection with Bruce Springsteen.
You do?
I love Bruce.
Do you have a
Springsteen.
story?
I wish. No, just
No.
like one of my favorite kitchen jobs ever is when I discovered Springsteen, because one of my cooks was a huge Springsteen fan that we're actually like very good friends now. And that was the first time I had ever, the story's more. The first time I ever had a vinyl, right? When I first started getting into vinyls, I was living in my grandparents' house and I was cleaning out the closet. That was now
What was your first record?
That one. It was Bruce Springsteen,
Okay.
75 through 85. It was a live album, and it actually belonged to my uncle when he was a kid. He's passed away since. And I discovered it like right after he had passed away. And my grandfather had an old record player that was part of like, you know, the 3-piece that it's like got a tape deck, radio, and then the vinyl on top. So I fixed it because it was broken. And that's when I got into records. And that was my first record, was that Springsteen record. And now I have all of them. I have them framed on walls and shit because I think his music was incredible.
I have vinyl too, not too much.
Yeah.
Because I see what it does to a person.
What do you mean?
Zog has about 2 giant
Storage units?
warehouse
Yeah.
unit things filled with, and he just won't let go of it.
I have a friend that has 53,000 records.
And he still spins on vinyl.
Which
I'm
is-
trying to get him to spin vinyl on air one day. I don't know if he'll do it, but yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, he's great at that. For me, you know, like, music is one of those things. Obviously, it's very personal. It's very like, I just love the memories that come with songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like The Strokes, when that album came out, This Is It, the whole thing.
Yeah.
I remember when that first came out, I was like, my God, this is cool. I like how this makes me feel.
Yeah. I remember when the Heat were in the playoffs. Fuck.
Is that basketball?
Yep.
Okay.
10 years ago. I think it was 10 years ago when Jay-Z and Kanye came out with that album. And that one track that they played
Paris.
Yeah.
You remember they played it 4 times at the show?
I don't remember
Did you ever go to the show?
No.
They just kept playing it.
I
and
just
playing it.
remember that me and Pastelito Papi, do you know who Pastelito Papi is?
Yes.
Yeah, he's famous.
I've never met him.
He's here now.
Where?
Downstairs, working.
Really?
Yeah,
Can I meet him?
sure.
Great.
We would go to the playoff games, and then after the game or any Heat game, we would listen to that album, and then after we would go to
Watch the Throne.
We would go to Purdy Lounge. Like,
Oh my gosh.
right
Who
after.
didn't go to a Pretty Lounge?
I know, it was just like a thing, and that just like that whole album reminds me of that time period so much. And I don't love Kanye,
Right.
and I actually don't love Jay-Z either. But that album it reminds me of like that time, and I
Right.
thought it's pretty awesome that it does that.
Yeah, that's the beauty of music. For me, the Beastie Boys will forever be my
Oh yeah,
first, like, my go-to. I'm having a bad day, I'll listen to the Beastie Boys. Then I'll go to LCD Sound System. Then I'll listen to Oscar G. To me, one of the most gifted local musicians is Oscar G.
really
Oscar G's music is transcending. It is spiritual.
spiritual.
Yes. Have you ever heard his new single, Pray?
No,
You need to listen to that.
I'm gonna.
He released it right at the beginning of COVID. I love Oscar G. I think Oscar G doesn't get enough credit. He's a god in Brooklyn. He's amazing. His music for me is the kind of music. I do a lot of writing. I write a lot of commercials. I write episodes for our show. I create a lot. I'm asked to create like on the spot a lot. And I will put my headphones on and tune into Oscar G, and I'm in a different world.
Amazing.
We're blessed that we have people in the music industry. Like, obviously, there's the Estefans, there's Casey and the Sunshine Band, there's Marilyn Manson, who's from Fort Lauderdale, then there's Pitbull, then there's Rick Ross, there's Trina, there's Trick, there's all this amazing music. But what a lot of people tend to forget, and I get really fucking annoyed, is that there was a specific dance sound that was born in the club scene in Miami that doesn't get the respect it deserves. And there's very few DJs that understand that. And I had
Are you talking about like Miami bass music or?
I'm not just talking about Miami-based music. I'm talking about like house dance.
Yeah.
That these international DJs would come here, listen, take it back, and create these monster hits. And that music to me there's a taste to it. Like you could taste like what is that shh in the air. You could taste the vodka on people's skin. You lick a girl. You know, you ever been in a club and licked a girl's shoulder and it tastes like vodka?
It's been a while.
But yeah, same here. And I'm from Miami, bitch. And there's that music to me is delicious. And then Miami bass music, bruh. Have you ever, like, honestly, like, have you ever listened to I'm MC Shadi and I gotta be tall.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that shit to me, brother, give me a pair of booty shorts right now. Let's go in. And there's something beautiful about that time. And I know it was a very, you know, it was murky. It was, you know, 2 Live Crew and fighting to have parental, like, you know, permission to have, like, bad words in their album. Fighting with, you know, Fuck Navarro was like a song that I knew in junior high. That kind of music is part of the fabric of the culture here in Miami, and it doesn't get the respect it deserves. There are so many records right now that are sampling this music, and they're just... but if you listen or you hear an interview, like, for example, one of my favorite interviews currently living on the net is with Pharrell Williams, and he was interviewed by DJ EFN Drink Champs. And Pharrell says the music that influenced him was Miami bass music.
Right.
You listen to it. I mean, even with the DJ Laz music, I mean, like, what the fuck, man? That's fucking DJ Laz.
Yeah.
Is he a pain in the ass? Yes, all day. But he is part of this history, and there's so much awesomeness to that music and so much nostalgia. But it was played and it was loved, and it was something. There was something there. And I always hope that my kids get that feeling from the music they're listening to now. Because I don't like to be prejudiced against what they're listening to, you know what I mean?
It's tough.
Listen.
I have a hard time not judging people on music.
I mean, does my kid listen to... the other day she goes, Alexa! And we're like... She goes, Alexa! Play Mary Jane, Last Dance, Tom Petty. She's 10. And she knows all the words.
Oh, that's amazing.
And she turned right back around and be like, Alexa! Play Boys in the Hood, NWA! You know? We have a rule in the house. It's like, if you hear it, you don't repeat it unless you really need to say a bad word. And then you have to tell me why you needed that word to express yourself.
Oh, that's good.
And she'll be like, all right. Like, during COVID, she said shit once. She goes, when is this shit going to be over with? And I was like,
I mean, she's not wrong.
Not very soon.
Yeah, I mean,
I just let her slide with that one. I gave her that shit.
Everyone's saying the same thing. I feel you.
But yeah, that's how I feel about music most of the time.
How was COVID for you and your industry?
Horrible.
Yeah? Tell me why.
We're down to 5.
Really?
5 people. I'm going to get emotional, man, because our DJs are going through it.
Yeah. I mean, entertainment is going through it.
Horrible.
Going through it. I mean, the
Horrible.
whole industry of, like, experience, events, people, things. I mean, we went from 140 employees to 25.
It's horrible.
And
it's
then,
horrible. Like, these kids, their whole lives revolves around a club gig, man.
Right.
And having a party. And I was gone like this.
And it's still technically gone.
It's horrible.
It's
horrible.
You know, Francis wants to, I mean, he's got his billboard in California, but we still got to be home by midnight for some fucking reason. So move here if you want to be at home by midnight, I guess. Because COVID only...
that whole thing. What is it? Okay, first of all, let's give the guy some slack because he was raised by a Cuban mom.
Sure.
And after midnight, el sereno will kill you.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why he's saying all that?
I don't think that's why it is. That's a good... I mean, I like you giving him the slack, but I don't think that's what... Because we own bars. Thank you so much. We own... No. And I've sat in like Zoom conferences with politicians and stuff. Their thought process is that people become more loose after midnight. And I mean, they're not wrong about that.
Have they been to brunch?
Yeah. Listen, brunch is
serious.
I know. We have brunch. Yeah, I'm aware.
How many moms do you get in here on the brunch?
But what kind of moms?
Miami moms. There's only one kind.
A good amount.
Right?
Yeah, mimosas are flowing like a waterfall.
And the kid is in the stroller.
We get some of that. Not a ton, but we do get some. People do get loose at brunch for sure. You have seen,
loose.
Yeah. I mean, you have seen much more day drinking happening because things are closed at nighttime than we did previously. But that is their whole thought process. That they've seen that people they become more loose with the standards after a certain time. And I think it's a bunch of bullshit because I think it's up to the establishment to make sure that we're staying within the rules to do things. And
right.
There's plenty of restaurants and bars that have fucked this up for all of us. And
Do you have a notebook?
Do I have a notebook?
Yeah. Are you like a Beatrice Kiddo? Do you keep a list of people that you're going to come back and chop off their heads?
No, I don't. Nah. Beatrice is actually the name of my car.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, love that name.
I'm a movie nerd, so.
Love that name. No, I don't, because I think that we're all paying the price for it in some kind of way. Entertainment is like the biggest one that's paying the price for it, because, you can't do anything after midnight. So, albeit that kind of like this industry has kind of, I would say, stabilized a bit. We're still very much struggling as a whole community, but not as much as the entertainment is. Not even close. I mean, is 3 Points going to happen this year?
I don't think so. They canceled Ultra again.
I'm okay with that.
Calle is not happening.
I'm okay with them canceling Ultra. I'm fine with it.
Why?
I don't know.
Pero do you go to Ultra?
No.
Entonces, ¿qué
No.
te importa a ti?
You're right. I know, but I used to work right next to Ultra. I used to run a restaurant that was right next to it, and it destroyed that restaurant. It destroyed it. Like that whole week. I mean, you're talking about losing business for 10 straight days.
What about the hotels, bro?
Yeah, I know.
What the hell? Oh my God, that's so loud.
And you're not even getting the Zamboni. Let me ask you, when new music drops, like, how judgy are you?
Super.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
You should be very judgy.
Wild on the radio.
I love that.
Wild.
I love that.
If I hear one more Ariana Grande song, I'm going to remove my hair, like physically pull my hair out.
Who is that?
Shit it out and put it back on my head.
Who is that? What does she sing?
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
She sings 30, what's the song now? 32 plus 35? I don't know. But the thing is that whatever plus equals 69. So
is that what it is?
About 69.
That's original.
But it's like, I love her music. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, I can't. Because listen, we're in a studio I wake up at 3:30. I'm sitting in my chair like at 4:45 a.m. And then that entire time, I'm just listening to everything kind of in loop, Yeah. Because
over and over again.
You may catch the song once, if you're lucky, in the 4 hours I'm on air. But I'm on air like nonstop. What else?
Oh, man. So many things. I feel like we've become so close.
I feel like you're my best friend.
Wow. I'm honored and blushing.
Just trying to get more pancito.
Yeah. Is that what you're trying to get more bread out of me?
No, I'm taking some home.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'll bring this back on Friday.
It's cool. It's tomorrow.
Right.
Okay.
Listen, honestly, thank you for having me. I think it's insane that I'm on your podcast.
Why?
Because it's just funny that, all jokes aside, I mean, I love Carlos Frías. I love that he created this, like, shitstorm of a conversation from your podcast to the conversation on his blog, on his article from Miami.com, and that was really fun. And I'm thankful. Thank you. I love meeting new people, new creatives in my hood, We're all creators. We all want to make this city a little better. And I'm going to reach out to you when I need your help.
Oh, yeah? You're going to need my help?
Eventually, I will.
For?
I have thoughts. I want to do things for the city.
Yeah.
And if you fit the bill, I'm going to fucking reach out to you.
Yeah, I mean...
or if you need my help, I'm here.
I appreciate that. I love to hear from other people that feel as passionate about like pushing the city into the right direction and getting people to realize how special we really are. You know, I say it all the time because there's plenty of people that are just like, you know, Miami's not this and Miami's not that. I'm like, just fucking leave. Then just go. If you don't like it here, then just go. It's cool with me. If you want to go, if you think New York is a better fit for you or Chicago is a better, then go. It's totally fine with me.
Go live in a cobblestone. We're good.
Yeah, it's true.
We're good. I'll stay in my little townhouse in Mango Hill.
Yeah, I think what we have here is very special. And I think that's why I work so hard and do what I do, you know? And I think the same goes for you.
Yeah, it does. I want to make our city better, and I want to make everybody laugh in the morning. I just want to have fun. I don't, sometimes we get so caught up with what's happening outside of this town that it influences our decisions. And I don't, let's not forget where we're from. Somebody asked me yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, what's a horrible stereotype Miami people have?
The Scarface one?
Worse. That we don't care. And the most beautiful thing about this community is that when it is at its lowest, we all band together to help each other.
Sure.
And we can't forget that. And there's going to be a lot of people coming to our city right now, man. They're coming. Welcome them, but remind them that they're blessed to be in this city.
Yeah, you're a visitor.
This is the best city in the world, man. This is it.
You're a visitor. You're welcome. We've allowed you in. Now, don't fuck our shit up.
Don't fuck it up, man. And only buy our beer.
Don't what?
Only buy our beer.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Go to Unbranded. Pick up a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Go to Wynwood.
Yeah.
Pick up a 6-pack there.
Wakefield also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. In La Playa.
Yeah.
When you pop that open. Woo, buddy. That's Playa beer right there.
I love it.
Beer.
All right, Nick, now talking to your ball tickler about all the things that have to happen now as per structure.
This is where we do our wind down, starting, as always, with our parting recommendations. Everybody's going to recommend. Can be literally anything. Could be music, food, a book, a movie, a place you went. Anything that you would recommend, as long as it's not yours, because that happens immediately after in our shameless plug segment. So, would you like to go first, or do you want to pass it off?
How many things can I recommend?
As many as you want.
As many as you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do a movie, a music, and a TV.
Amazing. Boom. This is like
very
incredible.
well rounded.
Wow.
What a pro.
Okay. 1 second.
Did you bring notes?
Yeah.
Ooh. Man.
Oh, baby.
Again, I have been outmatched in preparedness.
The most beautiful song currently breathing in my head, occupying my soul.
Oof.
Oh, that's not the name of the song.
Is
Okay.
Be a Rebel by New Order.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay.
Cool.
I love
Occupying. Movie.
Boom.
I'm getting my notes.
that. Okay.
Malcolm and Marie on Netflix. Starring
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Zendaya
Yeah.
and Mr. Washington, Denzel's kid.
Denzel's kid.
Watch that movie.
I heard it's intense.
Incredibly intense. You might break up with your loved one after watching it.
Jeez.
It's that good. Oh, but Netflix is a movie also.
It's fine.
Okay, Netflix. Bar and Star.
Bar and Star.
Bar and Star with Kristen Wiig is fucking funny.
Oh, yeah?
Watch it.
She's funny.
If you do an edible, hilarious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't do the edibles too much. They make me too jumpy. I just
Really?
smoke a bowl, yeah.
I eat like a quarter, and it mellows me out on Fridays. I'm always on, and I'm like that.
Did you listen to the episode that I talked about how I ate too many edibles by mistake because I thought they were gummy bears?
I haven't.
Yeah, it was good.
That was the Pastelito Papi.
Pastelito Papi episode, yeah. I ate like 5 edibles, or 3, 4, 5, something like that, and I thought they were gummy bears.
Oh my god.
I know.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I've made it back since then. We're good.
fine, guys.
We're here now.
And book.
Yeah.
I have a book.
That's great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Sick in the Head by Judd Apatow. If you're a fan of comedy like I am, I love stand-up comedy, and it's all his interviews with famous comedians, but from when they first started, and like interviews date back to when like he was 13 and he first met like Gary Shandling, and
Amazing.
that's amazing. Yeah. Anything else I should be
No.
recommending?
No,
to
I
you.
mean, it's up to you. You can keep recommending. Just go on for an
Okay.
hour.
We can, but we can always have you back another time.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
fine.
keep
I'll shut
recommending.
up, man. You don't need to be such a dick
no,
about it.
Listen.
Gotta teach him about this producer thing, right? It's tough. He's
horrible.
having a hard time.
Put him in check.
Yeah, I wouldn't. He's got the tickler.
Your turn.
So, food recommendation. I highly
Oh,
recommend.
I didn't do food.
Then do a food. It could be anything you want to recommend.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you gonna judge me?
No. Absolutely not.
Okay, only because it got me through COVID. Oh my god.
Love
It got me through COVID.
Okay.
Eileen's croquetas over at Finca.
I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing.
How much do you love Eileen?
I love her to death.
Oh my god. Obsessed.
She's in the Pan Con Podcast Hall of Fame.
She's the best.
I know.
When you see her,
I wish I could dress as stylish as Eileen does.
she's so cool.
Very cool.
When you see Eileen, tell her, pass la yuca. That's all you gotta say to her. She's gonna die laughing. It's a great story. I don't want to share on air, but I'll tell you.
Last time I saw her was at that Yoli Mayot concert. And she was, again, dressed very cool.
The most amazing shoes, the most dapper hats.
Yeah, we compete in the hat department.
She's my favorite.
Yeah, I love her to death. Her
Croquetas,
oxtail croquetas at Amelia's are
Oh
amazing.
my god.
Yeah.
Do you want to know something?
I'd love to know something.
I named my daughter after my grandmother, and her name was Amelia. And Eileen's abuela's name Amelia.
It's amazing.
I love her.
My turn?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
go,
right.
sorry.
Food.
Here we go.
I highly recommend the meatball sub at Stanzione 87, owned by Franco and Ashley Stanzione. I just had the pleasure of trying that sub. It was incredible. I also had their salad. We had salad, pizza, and the meatball sub, and they were all otherworldly, and I love them very much. Franco and Ashley are incredible, and I highly recommend going there. You can actually find them on the evil empire of Uber Eats if you do choose to give up 30% of the revenue to another entity that sucks. But that's totally up to you. So, music. I have dove into some older things lately. One newer, one older. Want You To by D-Smoke is something that I have listened to a lot.
Okay.
And recently, last night, actually, I was listening to a lot. I'm just got to look it up to make sure I don't fuck the name up. The Smith & Wesson, I forget the album. I just listened to all their music.
Okay.
I'm just going to go there because I forgot the name of the song, but just go listen to all their music. Things that I have watched lately, I have been in a very turn my brain off mode when I get home at night because the days have been very long. Mm-hmm. So along with my nightly ritual, I have watched several episodes of Star Wars. And I highly recommend to just go back and watch the old ones again.
I thought he was watching like the cartoons.
I did watch Clone Wars once.
We watched that at home.
But, you know, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, all that. I've dug into all of it. And it takes me several days. All the noises of an opening restaurant. It's amazing. It takes me several days because I usually fall asleep mid-movie, so then I pick it up the next day, and that's just how it kind of works. Those are all the things, right? Okay. Food, movie, music.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you got.
I recommend listening to Power 96 from 6 to 10.
That's right.
Thank you.
If you're in Salina, Kansas, radio, what was it, radio app?
Radio.com app.
Radio.com app.
And you can hear me.
Yeah.
And you can get annoyed with me.
Yeah.
And then listen to the radio.
Anyone who listens to this podcast would totally be into Power 96 from 6 to 10.
I would hope so.
I think so.
You know,
I can't imagine why
I make fun of the girls that go, oh my God, I can't stand her annoying accent.
Yeah. That's
Interesting, Kendall Carly.
Kendall, who's Kendall Carly?
Most of the people that are annoyed with me.
It's like, pass over the mirror, please.
Brah.
Anyways.
Brah.
I like that last part.
You know, there's different bros. You know this, right?
There's different bros?
Yeah, there's bro. That's Kendall.
That's Kendall. I was going to say that is for sure Kendall without a doubt.
Then there's bro. That's Hialeah.
Right.
That's like Sunset, Coral Gables.
That's a private school sector.
Yes.
Yeah.
They probably live here.
No, here, their parents don't allow them to say bro. It's way too high of a tax bracket here.
Fairy tales and lies.
Yeah. How's the Little Havana, bro?
Bro.
Bro.
It's bro, and like it's here.
It's bassy.
It's here in the chest. It's bro.
Because they just had a coffee and smoked a cigar?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I got it.
Yeah, and their chains are asphyxiating them.
No, the old school Cuban chain is like it's like down by your belly button.
I know, but have you seen the new school ones?
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
It's
like a choker.
And they have that retico.
Have
you seen that?
Yeah.
That's
I miss the old days of like the dope gold chains with like El Indio with the red eyes and then like the big pinky ring
with the either the lion head or the Indian head.
The lion head. I'm all about that. I'll bring that back.
My parting recommendations. I have 2 Cuba-related recommendations.
Love this. Bring it.
Cubanos?
Yeah.
Related to many Cubanos.
Okay.
One of them is a new song that is maybe there could be a little recency bias here, but I think that this is going to be like, as soon as more people hear this, the most like powerful Cuba-related musical thing since Ya Viene Llegando by Willy Chirino.
Lord.
And this is by Yotuel of Orishas, Gente de Zona, Déjeme Bueno, and they shot a video and recorded the song together with members of Movimiento San Isidro in Cuba, who I presume sent them all these files. They edited it all together. The video is incredible. It's called Patria y Vida. Oh, by the way, the Movimiento San Isidro people are Michael Osorbo and El Funky de Cuba. Unfortunately, you need to be a Spanish speaker to understand what's going on here. But if you are Cuban, if you speak Spanish, listen to this. And I would say that especially if like hip-hop is not foreign to you, you will feel all the things that you've felt with that Chirino song, if not more, because it sort of like brings that whole thing to a...
Surprised that Gente de Zona is involved.
You're going to see Gente de Zona in this. That's one of the things that I commented to you. They have never been this explicit. One of his lines is where the title of the song comes from.
Sí.
And the line is something to the effect of, like, no gritemos patria o muerte, sino patria y vida.
No más mentira. Mi pueblo pide libertad, no más doctrina. Ya no gritemos patria o muerte, sino patria y vida. Y empezar a construir lo que soñamos, lo que destruyeron con su mano.
So, if anything, his lyrics outside of the ones that were recorded in Cuba are like some of the most directly like, fuck you, to the government.
I'm super surprised he cut that.
I will go ahead and say
only
that,
because, you know.
Well, yeah, and also, but I think that, you know,
he likes to wear a red shirt every once in a while.
He likes to wear red, but I think that there's been a steady transition over time, right?
Right.
Like over that time.
An awakening for him.
I'm not going to assume what's in his head. It's either been an awakening or getting used to like. And also, he's big enough. Like, what are they going to do? Throw him in jail now? Like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
He's too big at this point. He's too big. They might not let him back in.
Right.
But, like, Yotuel went and performed
right.
in Cuba during that Juanes concert thing.
I'm just super surprised.
Yeah. No, I was surprised, too.
Especially with the words that you're throwing at me, that's like...
Wait, just the fact that he's on a song with the people from Movimiento San Isidro is huge. And honestly, like,
Is Gente de Zona...
No. There's
changing their mood?
No. There's no. Forget changing their mood. Being on this song, they are like among the most like contestatario rap acts.
Anticomunista?
Yes. No.
Let's not forget.
If you haven't heard this, no. There's no getting around this being an anti-communist song.
Okay.
No getting around.
No. You'll see this.
It's like very, very. Specific.
I'm gonna say this. Given, I don't know. I'm sure you remember when Pitbull caught some shit about. At this point, I would say Pitbull has to catch up to Gente de Zona on how anti-comunista he's being in his music. It's that strong.
And this album, this track or whatever, it's very specific. And
I need to hear
there's
it.
no ambiguity.
It's
here.
incredible.
Está bien.
And then the other thing that I would recommend is an op-ed in the Washington Post that ran today. I have not read it, but written by past guest Rosa Maria Paya.
Oh, man.
It's an opinion piece in the Washington Post titled, "There is a better way for Biden to support democracy in Cuba beyond the Obama and Trump approaches." No idea what's in there, but
I would probably agree with everything that she's going to say.
And even if you didn't, I mean, she's one of the most insightful voices on the Cuba thing. And I would go so far as to say, I know that she's been hashtagging Patria y Vida. If Rosa Maria Paya is co-signing anything that Gente de Zona has done, that's because Gente de Zona made...
I mean, Gente de Zona broke my heart a long time ago.
Oh, no. When you hear this, you'll
like,
want to...
legit, like, I was like...
This may change your
I hope
perspective.
so.
Oh,
I hope so.
yeah.
I'm being totally transparent. Like, I remember just being like, wow.
Yeah. If you have a minute, we'll play it when we're done recording the thing.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay?
That's fine.
Who is
Play it in
this
your
guy?
car. I know, right?
Yeah,
it's
it's
like,
fine.
geez.
Worse.
People have places to be, Nick.
Says you.
Children to feed today
Yeah.
is Potaje Thursday.
It's Potaje Thursday, for fuck's sake, man.
Fuck, man.
We're losing valuable
Like,
prep time
you
right now.
pretend like I don't have to go home, finish a potaje, and eat it super hot on a plastic-covered couch
Perfect. I didn't know that
in
was
the
what we were
dead
up
of
against.
like heat.
I didn't realize we were up against all that.
And
There's a whole routine involved,
And you're sticking to the couch as you eat the potaje.
and you're sweating, and your mom is looking at you, be like, "Come,
Don't-
tómate ese potaje, porque
Just
después de
don't
esto
dirty the couch.
te vas a comer un poquito de carne de res."
I'm glad we're being so economical with our time here. Now for shameless plugs. Lucy Lopez, tell everybody where they can find you and all your things on the internet and elsewhere.
Yeah, I'm on Power 96. You can listen to me on the radio.com app. If you live in Miami, just tune into Power 96 en la mañana. And all my social media handles are at the Lucy Lopez. That's it.
Michael
Also,
Beltran? Oh.
wait. I encourage everybody to follow Miami Community Fridge. It is a network of free food fridges in South Florida. You take what you need, you leave what you can. For the community, by the community. It's run by Buddy System MIA. I follow them on Instagram. I've donated 1 million times to their GoFundMe pages. What these are actual refrigerators filled with food for people who cannot afford to either buy produce or whatever it is that they need. They could just go there, grab it, and you know, no questions asked. That is Miami Community Fridge on Instagram. That's it.
Good stuff.
Love that.
Shameless plugs, Mike?
My plugs are actually, if you're local here in Miami, Nave will be opening its brunch on the 28th of this month.
Nice.
That's very exciting stuff.
Are you going to have music?
Like live music?
Mm-hmm.
I've tossed around the idea, but we need to open and work all the kinks out first. But yeah, because since we have like this whole thing and it's usually pretty full between both restaurants, it's good.
Are you going to have French toast?
We have 2 different French toasts on property. We have a classic creme brulee French toast at Ariete, and we have an espresso French toast at Nave.
So fancy.
We do what we can.
Do you have café con leche?
I mean,
What?
we do. No, I mean, it's a good question.
Yeah. Do you know what my favorite breakfast is? Café con leche with Cuban crackers crushed inside them and a
Oh,
little
the
thing
salty
of butter.
crackers. Oh, man, it's been so long since I had that. That is amazing. My grandfather used to make that shit for me all the
That
time.
was my favorite thing. It's like my favorite. If you ever see me eating that, it's because I'm super
But
sad.
is it actual? I'm sorry. Is it actual? But is it actual butter or is it like country crock? Like, you know, like the tub?
The tub.
Yeah, of course.
Like a teaspoon, you put it on top. So
My grandfather's un salvaje. Like, he would just, like, when he would make hot chocolate, it was like a whole pound of, like, the country crock in there. Like, but it was delicious. With churros.
Café con leche,
Yeah.
and then you crush the Cuban.
Oh, I know.
crackers
I've done
and-
it. I've done it. That's amazing.
That's
And
the
I
Cuban
love that
cereal.
idea, and I'm going to use it.
So good.
You better believe that it's going
It's
to
my
happen.
favorite.
Love that.
That's it.
No, I don't know if you had more.
I got
plugs.
nothing
Good.
else. This has been incredible. Thank you so
Thank you
much
so much
for
Thanks.
coming on this like very shit showish show.
I
That's
think
nothing like what you do
A
on
studio.
a regular basis, which is much more official. So I appreciate you so much.
Thanks for having me, man. It was really nice meeting you, and
Good.
congratulations on everything that you've done and that you're doing and you continue to do. And everybody has a gift, and it's up to us whether we want to work with it or not. And God gave you something real big, man. So
Thank you. I appreciate
congratulations.
it. Well, saying that, you haven't even eaten my food, and tomorrow, just come hungry.
I am.
That's
I'm going to
good.
smoke a big joint.
All right.
Just kidding, Mom.
Perfect. Mom doesn't listen to podcasts. They don't know where these things are.
¿Qué es eso?
Bye, everyone.